Hello, celebrity gossip enthusiasts. I'm Us Weekly's entertainment director, Travis Cronin, and you're listening to Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast. Today, I am joined by my lovely co-host, Queen of the Bachelor, Roses, and anything trashy reality television, Sarah Huron.
Hi, Trav. I missed you last week.
I missed you last week too. It's so hard, discussing celebrity breakdowns and just watching you have your own on a boat in Florida just doesn't feel right. You need to be here to discuss on all of them. Well, while you were out, there's a whole lot you missed. There's a pregnancy picture that I've seen 400,000 times and won't stop. A really heartbreaking, sweet lady celebrity divorce who I'm obsessed with that I didn't see coming, that I know you feel the same about. Cryptic posts, Las Vegas cancellations, royal drama, and much, much more. But Sarah, let's start with our woes of the week. I mean, you have now had 2 weeks to be aghast at some celebrity news, but we only really talk about this week, so you're a little limited. What story made you go whoa this week?
I mean, so much as always, but I have to just touch on, as the resident sporty spice of Us Weekly, which doesn't say much, but, Tom Brady retired. And as a Giants fan, it's, nice to see him go. He was always causing some issues there. But, with Tom Brady, my obsession is with Miss Bridget Moynahan. Of
course.
Bridget Moynahan, the mother of his oldest child. She was pregnant when they broke up and he went off with Giselle. And I have been seeking justice for Bridget Moynahan ever since. And Bridget, the classy lady that she is, posted this lovely message for Tom, which said, quote, so proud of @Tom Brady yesterday and today. And I know you will do a great things tomorrow. Looking forward to the next steps. And Tom Brady reposted the message, said, thank you, Bridget Moynahan, with some prayer hands. And it's just like, you love to see it. I don't know if the justice will ever, I don't know what my actual plan is for justice with Bridget Moynahan. I don't know if I'll ever be satisfied. I think it's just something we have to be, just awareness, like, remember Bridget's here. Remember she's the mother of the oldest child. Remember he, left her for Giselle. But overall, just love to see this cohesive co-parenting, beautiful relationship. Like, what mature people, Bridget is just a queen.
You have really rubbed off on me, and I feel her queenly nature. I think the only justice we want to see is just acknowledgement that when anyone gets left in their third trimester, especially for some sort of supermodel, that woman is going to be scorned and pissed the rest of her life. Just a happy relationship for her and her family, which yes. I think we got.
Yeah, I think so too.
Do you feel justice has been served for Bridget Moynahan, star of Sex and the City and Blue Buds and possibly other shows?
I'm not super familiar with her work. I have seen her as Natasha on Sex and the City, but we'll see. I'm always just remember, everyone, keep bringing up Bridget whenever you bring up Tom. It's just all I'm asking. But overall, lovely message, especially after Tom Brady low-key left out the entire New England Patriots organization in his message and sent the New England into a tailspin. Glad to see Bridget's just taking the high road here.
Wow, sports basketball news on the Celebrity News podcast. Never thought I'd see it again, but he's dating a supermodel, so we will let it slide. Well, Sarah, what made me go whoa this week is Mr. Brad Pitt. Don't know if you heard of him. He's a little up-and-coming actor. People say he's real cute. I think he's going to do real well. Well, Brad Pitt, last week, we had some reporting that we had from The Sun talking about that he was hanging out with Swedish pop star Lykke Li. You may remember her one song, I'll Follow Rivers. Everyone still likes it. I hear it everywhere. So good for her. Still getting that streaming money. We had heard that they had been out together in West Hollywood at this new pasta palace, which I love the sound of it. That they had been out in Sweden together, but we actually had 2 sources tell Us Weekly this week that they are just friendly neighbors. They got closer in the pandemic because they're a 2-minute walk from each other if you leave their back doors, a source told us. So they grew closer since they weren't allowed to, drive or walk anywhere for a while, and have recently started hanging out. So, Sarah, do we think that these friendly neighbors could blossom to something more? Because I see a rom-com coming.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't imagine she's not shooting her shot through the back door. I mean, I think that would be great. I think we need a Brad Pitt real relationship, because we haven't really gotten one since Angelina. There's always these like rumors and links and stuff, and you hear things, and then usually down the line he tries to, downplay it or deny it or whatever eventually. And I would ship. I think that we definitely need a Brad Pitt full-fledged romance. I need like a I don't know, getting caught making out on a beach, or some sort of PDA moment from Brad Pitt, because we haven't gotten one in, like, ever.
I feel like we need just like a hand on the lower back when leaving a restaurant speculation.
A little Justin Timberlake hand on the knee while shooting Palmer with not Jessica Biel.
Yes, a little bit of that touchiness. But the last woman I think he was actually dating, which was only for 2 months, was the MIT professor.
Right.
She was the last person that we saw him with. I don't know, Likey Lee and the MIT professor, they really have like, I don't know, sort of the same energy to me.
Yeah.
They do. Like, I know that they are smarter than I am immediately before looking at them. I know that they're cooler than I am. And that's the energy that I feel that Brad is looking for.
100%.
Yeah. Well, let us dig into some news. Sarah Huron, I think the world was rocked. And I don't know if you saw this picture as much as I did of Princess Riri, bad girl Riri, if you're nasty, from Barbados. She is pregnant and expecting her first baby with rapper A$AP Rocky. They were photographed together out in New York City over the weekend, where she debuted her baby bump. She was wearing that long pink jacket. She had all these huge oversized jewels over the bump. These pictures were taken in Harlem, where A$AP Rocky grew up. A$AP is like kissing her on the forehead. Spoiler alert, the person who took these has been known to follow Rihanna around, and they're very good friends. So we love a setup street style shot to announce your pregnancy. Why not? Well, A$AP Rocky, we've heard he and Rihanna are, quote, thrilled. They are very excited to ask their daughter. We talked to Rihanna's dad. He gave us some quotes. Just everybody happy. I'm not even going to go.
What'd you say about daughter?
What? We talked to Rihanna's dad.
Oh, you said daughter. I was like, do you know it's a girl and something I don't know?
No, sorry. We talked to Rihanna's dad. We spoke to many sources of them. Everyone is super happy for them. But fans do think that the jewelry and the pink jacket were a subtle nod to the baby's gender. So there could be a little princess bad girl Riri brewing in there. I already know you're happy for them because Rihanna is just the queen of us all. But what are your thoughts on the street style maternity bump, baby reveal?
I mean, I love it. I can't thank Rihanna enough for doing this for us. I mean, I'm so sick of these surprise baby announcements, like, oh, the baby's here and I've been hiding. No.
Mm-hmm.
I want, and look, this was the best of both worlds. It wasn't, a violating paparazzi in her face. This was her terms. The pictures are freaking gorgeous. Her outfit was worth, and jewels were worth like 30 grand or something insane, which is what we want from Rihanna.
Yes,
she looked sickening in the best way, and we get to celebrate it with her. Like it's kind of like when Beyonce, debut the baby bump on the red carpet. Like, I understand you want to do it on your terms, and I think that's great. And if you don't want to do, if you're too big for that clear blue Instagram ad money, like, good, because which obviously those two women are. Like, I love this. I'm so happy. I think we need to bring back like celebrities playing the game a little bit. Like, these pictures were awesome. They were beautiful. I did see them 1,000 times, so I guess I was a little over them by the end of the day, but like not even really. Like, I needed every angle. And I think they're kind of a fascinating couple. That they were friends for a long time first. They're both musicians. And yeah, like I'm so here for it. I can't wait to find out what they name this baby.
Oh, me too. They're going to have a dope ass name. They have been friends for several years, 4 or 5 years. It's hard to tell when they became friends, but we sure know when they began dating. They had sparked romance rumors right after Rihanna split from her boyfriend of 3 years, the billionaire Hassan Jamil, in January 2020. That July, she featured A$AP in her Fenty Skin campaign, and then things took off from there. And whoops, I'm pregnant, and we are so happy for her. Rihanna has said in so many interviews that she can't wait to have a family. She said, whether it's with a guy or without a family, I want kids, I want 4. Hey, she can afford them, get them all. But now A$AP is there, and I think they are really sweet together.
Yeah, I want nothing but good things for both of them and this baby. And maybe, just maybe it'll inspire her to drop a song. Probably not, but fingers crossed.
Seems like the opposite. I think I have fully given up on waiting for new Rihanna music, and I will just be a happy surprise when it happens.
It's just Ponde Replay on repeat, Umbrella. I mean, just so many freaking bops over there.
It's just SOS, don't stop the music. Yeah.
All the slow ones where she's just like, oh, giving the emotion. Stay.
Love on the Brain. God. Ooh. This is now just a podcast where we name Rihanna songs back and forth, a new quiz game.
Yep.
Well, someone's not having a good week as Rihanna, Sarah. Bella Hadid opened up about a lot of really serious, horrible issues. Now, we sort of knew that Bella Hadid has been open with her anxiety plight. She says she's always nervous. She sort of touched on this in a few interviews before with Vogue and Vanity Fair and the like. But Bella Hadid says that lacking boundaries sexually, physically, and emotionally led her to be abused in a number of unhealthy relationships. Now, Bella Hadid spoke really candidly about her personal and professional struggles in her debut appearance on the Victoria's Secret VS Voices podcast. She learned toxic behaviors like people pleasing that definitely had a negative impact on her relationship with her mental health. Bella said, quote, I constantly went back to men and also women that had abused me. So that's where the people pleasing came in. So I started to have no boundaries, not only sexually, physically, emotionally, but when it came to my workspace, I began to be a people pleaser with my job, and it was everyone else's opinion of me that mattered but my own, because I essentially was putting my worth into the hands of everyone else that was determined of it. Now, this is really sort of shocking news to hear about all of these sexual boundaries that have been pushed in her life. She has, of course, notoriously dated The Weeknd for many, many years. And she said later in the interview, about her adult relationships, my nervous system would crash. It was like I was fight or flight. Either I would become silent and cry and just go inward, or I would lash out and leave. Now, she said she's in therapy, meditation, and staying off social media to get better. But I couldn't help but read this and think it was just sort of, this is how The Weeknd treated me. And I kept going back to him, and it was very, very toxic, mainly because he was so in love with Selena Gomez, then broke up with her, and then went back to Bella. And it sort of seemed that he wasn't treating Bella like the way that a queen supermodel should be treated.
I kind of took it more. I definitely thought that originally, but then I read a lot of the quotes. Some of it did definitely come off more as like the modeling industry and like some professional relationships that really messed her up. And it like makes me think about like the Hamlin sisters, who like every other day are posting about like anxiety and depression and mental health stuff. And it's just like, damn, like being a model kind of sucks. Like, obviously, like I can't feel too bad for them, these gorgeous women living their best lives traveling. But like, it seems to be, especially in this age of social media and criticism and everything, that there's just a lot of heaviness. And then overall with the Hadids in general, I mean, like we saw everything that's happened with Zayn and Gigi. Now we're getting all these quotes about The Weeknd, like, eek. I don't know. I think that it's just it's not great, and maybe everyone's just a little young and needs some growing to do. But interesting that she decided to open up about it so candidly too, because she has been linked so famously to one person. I know she has a new boyfriend now, but when you think of Bella and dating, you think of The Weeknd. So I don't know if that's what she meant or what, but it is definitely interesting.
I don't think it's not what she didn't mean, if that makes any sense.
I'm picking up what you've been down.
Yeah, you are. I feel like models have such a unique perspective on anxiety and mental health and how people treat them, because of all the people I know in my life, it's the models who usually hate their bodies the most, because they go into castings and they're told, no, you're to this. Every day they're put down. People try to use them for their looks and their body. I don't know. It really is sort of a rough gig. I mean, shout out to all the happy models out there. I really hope you can get it, but that they're just not the ones in the news this week.
No.
Well, but you know who that's not going to be, Sarah? It is not going to be Lam and Coco, also known as Lamar Odom and Khloe Kardashian, because, you know, they've been broken up for years, but he's still talking about Khloe and will never stop. Tell us what happened this week.
Oh my God. Okay. Also known as the Unbreakable perfume creators. That's how the inspiration behind Chloe had a little lamb, the nail polish.
Yes.
But yes, in case you missed it, Lamar Odom is in the new cast of Celebrity Big Brother, which premieres this week. He is there with Teddy Mellencamp, Cynthia Bailey, Todrick Hall. There's a Backstreet Boy, I think, in there. There's a lot of random people on Celebrity Big Brother, as there always is. And the first clip that came out from the live feeds was Lamar confiding in Todrick Hall. And he said, quote, "I had some good dreams last night. I dreamt about my ex-wife last night." And Todrick Hall plays dumb, who's your ex-wife? Who his ex-wife is. And he's like, "Oh, have you only been married once?" And Lamar's like, "Yep, the one and only. I miss her so much. I wish I could take that time back." And he's sort of moping around the Big Brother house already, talking about Chloe. Do you think, Travis, Lamar is hoping Chloe's watching Celebrity Big Brother and he's still trying to send messages to her? Or do you think he genuinely cannot help it that he word vomits about Chloe at all times behind closed doors and in front of cameras? What do you think it is? Is this strategic, or is this just Lamb being sad and missing Chloe?
I think it's both, Sarah. I think he misses Chloe. I feel like they obviously truly loved each other. He feels terrible about, ODing in the brothel and cheating on her literally a countless amount of times.
Yeah.
So, and I think that he knows that she's the only reason he knows she's the only reason he's famous. So he sort of has to talk about her. So it's a little double-edged sword here. I think it is both of the things that make him talk about her, and why I know he'll talk about her forever and ever to come. It's just sort of, I feel so bad for Chloe. This dead horse keeps getting beat over and over again. It's not like she's had a time of reprieve in between with good guys.
100%. And we're all going to be watching. I'm watching these. I'm going to watch Celebrity Big Brother because I like Big Brother, but I'm also going to watch because I'm going to need to start a gallery of everything Lamar says about Chloe. And I'm manifesting so hard Shanna Moakler, Travis Barker's ex-wife, who's also on this season, and Lamar sitting there, and maybe even Teddy Mellencamp channeling Andy Cohen and interviewing them about the Kardashians, because I like Teddy. I know that's controversial. People didn't like Teddy on Beverly Hills. And I want Teddy to facilitate this conversation or have people in the house stir the pot. If I was on the season of Celebrity Big Brother, all I would be doing with Lamar and Shanna Moakler in a room to talk about the Kardashians, and CBS to write me a check. Thank you for the ratings.
Yes, that is all they need. I hope the producer has assigned a celebrity to be the official Kardashian investigator.
Maybe Cynthia Bailey. I bet she could do that. She's got housewife, stuff too. I think there's some potential here.
Yeah, I somehow see Teddy being better than Cynthia Bailey. Teddy's a little, more lawyerly questions. A pop star. Cynthia's a little more laid back and just sad and hurt usually. Well, thank you to my hosts, Sarah and Gwen, for helping me spill all of this piping hot celebrity this week. Again, this is Travis Corona, Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast, with your weekly peek into the glamour, glitter, fashion, favorite celebrities. Because after all,
they're just like us.
Thank you guys. We'll be back next week.